Well, welcome to another episode of Professor Habben's Science Cabin, where I'm happy to say today we're pumping again. And what I'm talking about is here in the shed behind me. I'm getting ready for planting corn. I planted just a little bit yesterday, and in the process of doing that, I ran into some trouble with my pump. On this tender trailer, which is what we call this trailer right here, that's called a tender trailer. Oh, my pump just quit, but that's okay. We call that a tender trailer. That trailer is what we use to take fertilizer out to the field to the planter. Those two tanks in there, that's where I store my fertilizer. That's nitrogen fertilizer that's in there. It's 32% nitrogen. A lot of farmers use anhydrous ammonia to put their nitrogen on. I use 32% liquid because I put it on with my planter. It's just part of the operation we have here. It's a one-pass situation, less times across the field, less compaction. Works good for me. For many farmers, it's very time consuming at the time of planting, and it slows their planting progress down too much. For myself, I don't have a lot of acres to cover. I got fairly large equipment for the acres that I have, so therefore this works well for me. I've been doing it this way. I think it was 93 was the first year I did it this way, and been doing it that way ever since. Putting that nitrogen right next to the plant, it really responds well and works well. But needless to say, back to the pump situation. So this pump sitting on the ground here next to me, that's what had been on that trailer. Used it a little bit the other day, added some fresh gas. Fresh gas usually good. It was good gas. But unfortunately, there was some rust had built up in the fuel tank. So when I increased the level of fuel in that tank, that rust broke loose, went down, got into the carburetor, and it quit on me yesterday. Started working on it. I was just going to clean the carburetor up, but when I realized how bad it was and how full of rust it was and that the tank was going to continue to do that, I did have another pump here at the farm I was able to use that we had previously used for pumping out a pit. So it's a little bit smaller pump, but should do the job. And just got it fired up here and started pumping again. Took me about 3 to 4 hours to get everything switched around. Had to redo a little bit of plumbing and everything. But we're up and running again. Obviously, it just quit on me there, but it probably ran out of gas because I only put a splash in it just to make sure it would work. So anyway, with that, we're pumping. And we're happy to say that we're up and running again. And hopefully we can have another good day. So thanks for joining me here on Professor Habben's Science Cabin. And we'll look forward to talking to you in another episode. Bye-bye.